What's going on, my fellow farmer brothers and sisters? Alright, so today we are going to work on the 450 Diezel. Diezel. Eventually I'll stop saying this. It just still makes me laugh. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get some stuff done on that thing. But first, I'm going to fire the Super A up. Last time I took this thing out was when it snowed. It's been sitting for a little while. So let's fire this girl up. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull some of these sheets and blankets off of her from her little slumber. Because, I feel bad. She's been sitting in here so long. Trying to get all the other, I forgot to put that seat on there. Looks nice. She's been sitting out here a while. I've been working on the other tractors. It's kind of nice though, sitting out here. And I don't have to worry about turning around with a piece of metal or anything and hitting it and bumping it and causing some issues. Oh, she's still a beautiful tractor. I love this tractor. I'm looking forward to seeing this thing sitting next to one of these 450s though, that's for sure. Alright, I don't remember if I disconnected. Get off of my tractor. I don't remember if I disconnected that battery terminal or not. I don't think I did. But anyway, let's go ahead and turn the fuel on. It's going to sound funny because whenever the stack is that close to the door, it makes like a poof 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 sound. It actually sounds kind of funny. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn on the fuel. Ooh, yeah, it's good. Well, I'm gonna clean that out soon. A little bit of stuff sitting in there. Alright, and let's see if the battery's dead or not. Shouldn't be. It's been on trickle charge. You know what? I did. I disconnected it. I thought, let me hook that terminal back up. Alright. Battery's hooked back up. Switch is on. Throttle's up. We'll do it with no choke. Alright. Last time it snowed. So what? March? March is the last time I fired this girl up. See if she starts without a choke. Oop, we grab. Man, look at that. I haven't started this girl up since March. She fires right off. Smooth as can be. Gotta love it. Alright, well, I guess I finally got the starter back up. It's kind of what I wanted to do since it's been sitting so long. But I guess we're going to go ahead and go out and start working on that 450. Just get a little mist to her. One of the gas is starting to go a little bad in it. Might have to drain this tank soon. She runs so smooth. Anyway, well, if any guys haven't seen the video on the restoration of this one, make sure you check out my past videos. Did a lot of work to this, a lot of detail on this thing. But alright, let's go ahead and let's get out there and get started on the other 450. First, turn the fuel off. Go ahead and let her starve herself with fuel. Keep that carburetor clean. And then we'll shut her off as soon as it runs out. Somebody was asking me about Cerakoting on here. This is the stuff I was talking about, Cerakoting right here. said, everything holds up very well. Alright, you should be running out of fuel soon. Ooh, I got dirt on the hood. Look at that. I gotta clean that off. Can't be having dirt up there. There we go. She's out of fuel now. Alright, let's kill the switch. And she is good. Come back out in a little while, wipe her off, cover her back up, cover that exhaust up like I always do, and let her go back to sleep until I get that 450 done. And I'm going to pull them out side by side and get a nice picture of them together. Look at that shine. Look at that. This is actually, as I said in the other video, this is actually the Magic Paint, Tractor Supply paint. And see how I have no orange peel? See how smooth this paint is on this tractor? There's a lot of wet sanding right there. And it says, see that? Look at that shine. It says that you can't wet sand this, but you can. If you do it calmly and carefully, and you have to go back to my videos and see the sandpaper I used, the grits that I went up to. But if you sand this in between coats real lightly, you can wet sand this out and get some of that wrinkle and orange peel out of there. And then clear coat over top of that. Makes a beautiful finish. Yeah, it works out real nice. So I gotta say, for that Tractor Supply paint, a lot of people knock. I actually, I've had excellent luck with it on this tractor. And as you see, it's still holding its red. I mean, this thing is red as it was the day I went ahead and painted it. Cerakote on my wheels, still holding up very nice. Everything looks good. All right, I'm gonna sit here and stop staring and gawking and loving my tractor, and I'm gonna go get back to work. So let's get to it. Alright, so this morning I got all kinds of stuff I got to do. I got to change the oil in the wife's car real quick, get that done there with. And I got to pull the cover off the tractor. Got this cover from Amazon. It was like $38. Couldn't really beat it. So let's get this cover off while the car's cooling down and get this taken care of. Okay, so I got the cover up on this thing. So, to-do list. Whew, already got a big to-do list. I got the new pads, finally, for the brakes, so I can pull the used ones out that we put in that one time, and I'm going to go ahead and put the brand new ones in. So I got those to put in yet. We got to drain the transmission on this thing, get all that fluid out, so I can get ready to put the new fluid in. Because I got to pull the shaft out for the clutch pedal, because the clutch pedal obviously is just like the other 450. See how bad that is? So what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to put the pedal on that I already did, and this pedal is going to end up going on to the 450 gas. So that way it gives me time to bore this out and put the new bushing and everything in here. So we're just going to basically swap pedals. I do have it painted. It's in there drying. I'll have to hit it with a second coat and that'll be ready to roll. So we're going to put those on first, drain the transmission. We're going to pull the shaft, fix the clutch pedal, fill this thing back up, drain the touch controls back out again. It's already got a new screen on here, but I got to drain this because I'm going to replace this line right here with the new hard line that I have. So we're going to replace that, get that on. I got to pull the two lines off the rear for the fast hitch, these two. We're going to replace these two lines here. Shit, what else do I got to do? We got to pull the gauge panel off of here, so that way I can put the one that I'm getting ready to refinish on, and then put the new gauges and everything in once that panel's ready. Let me see, I'm looking at my list here because I made a list of all the stuff. Okay, so that's the stuff I have to do besides replacing the steering wheel with the new steering wheel I have. Mounting the seat on there. There's a new seat box and everything that I told you about. Well, you guys saw on there. I do have the button and everything on for the PTO, and the shifter knob I want for that one right now instead of my skull. I'm going to get the skull. I just haven't gotten it yet. But anyway, so once we get that stuff done, jack this front end up, pull the front wheels off, refinish the wheels on here, get these back on, then becomes the rear wheels. Now that's going to put me in a slight predicament because these wheels, I don't know if this one's loaded. I know this one's loaded because he told me he loaded it, and he told me when he loads them He loads them to maximum capacity, beyond what they're even supposed to be loaded to. I can only imagine how heavy this one's going to be. I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do to get this one off, because the H is a little sick right now with the low compression. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use that loader to come over here and lift this off. Worst case scenario, she's got calcium in it. Calcium kills grass. But I might have to turn my hose on, let my hose run down through here, saturate all this, and I might have to just go ahead and jack this thing up, put a Sawzall in there, cut this tire off. If it's too heavy, I may have to. I won't know until I get this thing jacked up and find out. So that way I can get the new rims and the new tires that I already have on here. And then I can obviously refinish the hubs and the axles and all that. Other than that, it's the sheet metal. And you'll see coming up in a minute in this video, you'll see the sheet metal work that I did and how I stripped it. But I'll just take you in real quick to show you a little sneak peek ahead of time before you see me actually stripping. No, not that kind of stripping. This kind of stripping. I'm going to put a picture up right now. Did you see it? That's how all this looked before, and that's how it all looked now. Paint stripper went $300 to do this stuff. I did it in about an hour and a half, very easily. And again, you're gonna have to watch the video in its entirety to see what I did. But I do have to sandblast the grill on the underside, and then once I get everything done on the tractor out there, we're gonna go ahead and start banging away at the sheet metal, get all the dings, dents, straighten everything, get all the areas fixed on it, get them in primer, and then I'm gonna have to set up an area to do the painting. So obviously I can do the red and white paint on it, and I'm going to do the wet sanding and the clear coating just like I did on the Super Ray, at least on the sheet metal. Other than that, my friends, this video that you're going to be watching right now, I think today, to keep this video from being 2 hours long, I think what I might go ahead and do is we're probably going to go ahead and pull the distributor cap. This was a new cap. I was just too lazy to cover it up. But anyway, I'm going to clean this cap back up. We're going to yank these wires. We're going to put new wires on, clean the cap back up. The coil hasn't shown up yet that I want to use on here, but I'm going to go ahead and use the other new one that I have. So we're going to pop this coil out, put the new internal resistant coil back in here. And that's going to be probably it for the video for this one. And then the next video you guys are going to see is we're going to go ahead and train the hydraulics. We're going to do the hydraulic lines first, the hoses, and then we're going to drain the tranny and get into this clutch pedal. That's going to be the next video. So, again, like I always say at the end of the video, hit that notification bell, like, subscribe, and share so you get notifications on what we're doing, because then new brake pads are going on and it's time to start buttoning this girl up. At least that way, if I want to, if it snows and I don't have the other 450 done yet, at least I know I can put the rear scraper behind here and I can drag the snow out of the driveway. I did do a lot of removal on this thing, as you see. She is stripped down pretty good now. Still got a few more things to go, and then we're gonna go ahead and finish. I'll do a little video showing it, but you can see all the stuff down there, needle scaling, all this, getting all this crap off of here. It looked like that, then it looks like that. Once I get all that knocked off, I can run that wire wheel across it real easy. It cleans it up like perfect, and then it doesn't plume the stuff all over the garage. There's the other pedal. It's drying, so we can put it on there. But yeah, let's go ahead and get that cap off of there, wires off there. Let's replace that, and then you guys are gonna watch me getting the paint off of these, and then we're gonna probably close this video out. So let me get set up. All right, so before I get started, I don't want to crack me a beer, and I'm gonna get me a little bit of pina colada in my pipe, and then we're gonna get rock and rolling here. I got the wife's car's oil changed, so now I am free to play. I think I'm gonna unpackage that new seat, that $40 seat that you can't get no more, and I'm gonna take a look at that. I want that on there, see how she looks. Little pina colada pipe tobacco actually smells way better than I thought it was going to smell. Quite surprised. Good stuff, good stuff. Gotta admit, pina colada tobacco is better than I thought it was. Alright, let's go out and get rock and rolling here. You know what? Let's get this seat opened up. I haven't even unpackaged this one. I want to see what this thing looks like. Alright, just let me turn this around. Let me put this away before I go stabbing this thing. And there really will be a blemished seat after that. Can't remember if this is the red and white one or the silver one. The silver I'm putting on the 300. The red and white I'm putting on both the 450s. So that's a red and white. And right there, that's the only reason why they were sold so cheap. Which is because of that. Good thing is, my butt will be there, so I won't even see it. Nice. 44 bucks. Couldn't really beat that. Oh, except for that little scratch. I didn't scratch it. Good deal. Alright, let's not do that again. Alright, let's get some bolts for there and stick it on. Alright, unfortunately, I didn't get my 7/16 by 20 3/4 inch long bolts in yet. So I'm going to stick some 1 inch in there. And just at least to get the seat set on there. Unfortunately, I'm going to take it back off as soon as they show up Monday and replace them. No biggie. Either way, I want to see what the seat looks like on there. It's always the exciting part. Once you do all the work, stripping everything down, putting all your new parts on. That feeling never gets old. Try to fit this in here. Alright, I'll sit it like that on the steering wheel. At least now I have a place to sit if I want to move the tractor around. Stop rolling off the tire. There we go. Obviously, bolt's a little long, but I'm going to see how that looks. Oh yeah, throw that new steering wheel in there. Throw them fenders on. Oh yeah, she's looking good. Big difference from when I brought her home. Alright, let's go ahead and get on this part here now so we can wrap this up. Okay, let's go ahead and get these popped off. Yeah, I guess I should have covered that distributor cap up when I painted this thing, but not sure why I didn't, honestly. I think I just got too excited on the painting part. It happens. Come on. Okay. Let's go clean this cap back off. Like I said, since it was a new cap. Alright, be right back. I think we'll get this red paint off of here. Alright, all clean again. A little bit of acetone. Takes it right off every time. Now the wires I really didn't give a shit about, because the wires were cracked anyway. So I knew I was going to replace those, so it didn't really matter about the paint. That looks better again. Okay, let's go ahead and get these wires out of the pack. Now, never ordered from this company. company with no name that I have no clue who they are. Price was a good price, so I bought them. Let's find out how well they actually fit. Okay, now this one here was 4, this one here was 3, this one here was 2, and that one there was 1. So one had a really long one. Not sure why that one was so long. I'll put the coil wire over there for now. I don't really think it needs one that long. Yeah, guess it's the only choice I got. Put this over here. That'll be 4. And I guess we'll make this 1. Now I like to slide the boot back and then slide her in that way to know that contact goes in, and I slide the boot right on over. Stupid, simple, I know. Believe it or not, some people just don't think about it, so I figured I'd throw it on out there. I hate when they turn. So difficult, isn't it? It's like the hardest job ever. Hey, it's nice having those simple jobs sometimes. Everything else takes so much work on these girls to get them up and running. Like I said, now, by no means did I claim to do one of these so-called, a lot of people say, restoration. And they didn't restore, all they did was repaint. Well, this is a repaint. Restored some parts and replaced some parts. But by no means was this tractor a restoration like that Super A. The 300 is going to be a full-on restoration. And this boot keeps on turning. Nope, still not. There we go. I just want to hear that click. You don't hear that click, shit, snap in. And then you're going to have a 4-cylinder running on 3 cylinders. I'm going to have to put the speedometer cable in here too next. So I can put the speedometer cable, good lord, tachometer cable. I'm going to have to put in here next. That way this girl has a functioning tach again. Come on, snap in there. I think she's turning. You can't even see what I'm doing. You guys are sitting there watching just the side of the engine. Not that you're really missing anything here, but there we go. Sometimes, like number 4 and all, it's easier if you just go ahead and pop the cap off and put them on with the cap off. This right here, sometimes you'll just fight them. But that one went in, so didn't have to fight that one too bad. Let me just make sure. Yes, she's in. Slide the boot on over. Get that wire down. In there. Let's get off number 3. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know why, but these actually weren't that old. These were actually bought for the Super A. I decided not to use them. Left them in the shop for a little while. Stuck them on 300 temporary to get it running. And that's what they did. And that was actually even being under tarp. They really ate up bad. I mean, I can replace the boots. No big deal. The wires are still fine, but I was surprised those wires did that. Well, no big deal again. Sometimes you get what you pay for. Kind of partial to those red and black, like the old style cloth looking wiring spark plug wires. I got them on pretty much everything, but this one, I don't know, I kind of want the black to stand out on this one. She turned? Yep, she turned again. Here. You know, I was thinking about it the other day, and I was thinking that I'm actually, oddly enough, kind of starting to look forward to working on that Cub and starting to put that one together, because it's so small and so easy and such a smaller scale tractor. It's going to be actually very nice working on something that's little and the parts are like way easier to strip and clean and maneuver. And yeah, I love the big tractors though. I'm actually kind of starting to look forward to that little Cub again. Starting to get the drive again and want to do it. Alright, let's get this coil off here now. Alright, just gonna get this off of here, loosen this clamp, and pull this puppy out. There we go. Alright, this is negative on this side, because it goes to the distributor. And positive on the other side because it comes from power. Holding on to the last little thread. There we go. Alright, let's pop that one out of there. If it'll clear. I don't think it's going to clear. Let's see, I should be able to turn this. A little more. There we go. Alright, nothing wrong with the coil. Good. So they did use an internal resistor coil. I was actually wondering about that. So whoever converted it actually at least used the right one. I'm going to go ahead and screw this on while it's out. It makes it way easier. This one's a little fatter. I'm not coil shaming, I'm just saying it's a little fatter. Don't want to get hit by the PC police out there, you know. Bad enough we call this a diesel, not a diesel. Gotta watch what you say out there, people. They're after us. And then obviously, I'm going to come in here with a little brush, touch up all these little spots afterwards. Okay, looking good. Looks like $1 million in there now. Actually, it just drove me crazy seeing everything all sprayed red. It's not really what I wanted to do. It's just, like I said, it's turned into just a paint job, not a restoration, so it bothered me, but I had to just get her done. Okay, just tight. Let's get the coil wire on there now. Alright, we're good to go. Alright, that looks much better. Yes, everything is black against the red. Yeah, much better, much better. Alright, well that's going to be it for this video. Now, stay tuned, because now I'm going to start stripping that sheet metal, so you can see what I was talking about. And once you see that, watch in between the video, because towards certain areas I do talk about a couple things in between, so don't skip me. Try to listen to me. Anyway guys, again, I appreciate watching my videos in entirety, so stay tuned for the next portion. Alright my friends, now it's time to go ahead and get the paint stripped off the 450Ds sheet metal. So far the Gator extra coarse, they've actually been working very well for stripping this paint off. Nice thick pad. This one here doesn't work bad. They just seem like they eat up a lot quicker. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Gator. We're going to go ahead and strip this one just like I did the other one. And as soon as I get this one done, I'll show you the rest of the sheet metal and how everything came out. So far it's coming out beautiful. The local stripper around here, he wanted $300 to do both hood panels, both dog legs, the hood, the grill, and the centerpiece. I'm not paying $300 for that shit. So far I think I got about an hour's worth of time into the sheet metal, and all I have left is just the one side and the centerpiece. And then I'm going to sandblast the grill in my blast cabinet. But yeah, I got this done pretty quickly. So let me set up in the stand and let's go ahead and get stripping. Alright, let's get to it. So I'll move these parts out of the way. Alright, here we go. Alright, how much time was that? That was about 12 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Just stripped that whole panel, and that's how much pad I still got left. Alright, I'm going to hit pause, take you over, show you the finish. Alright, so about 10 minutes, strip that down. Now what I do like about that versus a wire wheel on this kind of finish, when you get to the edges, it doesn't grab and yank the grinder out of your hand like a wire wheel does. And it strips it really quickly and works really easy. I mean, as you saw, it didn't take much effort to get all that paint off of there. One thing was kind of odd. The panel on the one side is red all the way, no white inside here. The other panel I stripped had the white inside here, but there was yellow paint underneath the hood. It went on the side panels, but it is a diesel panel. Really odd. I'm not sure why it had yellow on it, because I noticed there was some yellow on the engine too, and some other parts. So I'm guessing at one point, somebody painted that tractor yellow, and then they went back to red. Or there's some mixed match parts on there. Either way, no biggie. But now I can see everything. I can see all the little dents and all the little marks. So what we're going to end up doing is, not this video, but one of the next videos coming up, we're going to go ahead and put a high build primer on here after we get this all sanded down, because I'm still going to run an orbital sander all over this to really clean that finish up. Spray it with a high build primer, and then we're going to go ahead and hit it with a little black mist paint, and then we're going to lightly sand it. That's going to show up all the little divots, all the little dents, all the imperfections, and then we're going to go ahead and fix everything. One thing I am going to do, now look at this. There were some holes that were filled here. You know, I don't know, that's really odd. Holes here and here. Now I'm going to have to look up and see what this panel might have came off of. Because there's a hole there filled. These are filled here, and filled here. So there was a longer emblem here. So now I gotta look up and figure out. I wonder if this came off an International. I wonder if that was the International emblem up there. I don't know. That's gonna bug the shit out of me. I'm gonna have to figure out what that was. But anyway, now the other side over here, I'm not gonna run one of those everywhere. I'm gonna run those in some areas under here, but then I'm gonna wire wheel and then get underneath, sandblast everything with a spot sander underneath all those areas. Because I got a little handheld spot sander, works really good, sandblaster. And then we can start banging everything out. And I got to fix some areas on the hood. I'll take you over, well, the other panel. So I got to fix this on here where this was kind of hacked. Straighten this out a little bit. But then I got some dents in there. But now we're going to go ahead and strip this part. And everything is done except for the grill. So let's take this over next. Alright, I'm going to pop those cage nuts out of there because I have all new cage nuts for it, which I found on eBay really cheap to get a bunch of those instead of buying the ones from a lot of the tractor companies, because them damn things get expensive. I'm going to pop those out so I can run across there, and then we're going to run a wire wheel in the groove. Be right back. Alright, now depending on the cage nuts, sometimes they come out easy, sometimes they don't. I get a multitude of tools. Sometimes you can use a pair of dikes. You can get underneath of them. And this one is a no, so you can't use those. You can use a cold chisel and tap them up. Like that. Again, I'm not saving these. I have new ones, and I have stainless screws. So we're just getting these puppies out of here. I'm going to have to prop this up. Like that. And you pop those puppies out of there and get rid of them. I'm going to Not sure if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. I don't want to drop them on the ground because I really don't want to hit them with the mower and shoot them into my window of the truck. Or the trailer. Or the work truck. Or God forbid, the wife's car. Whew. She will have my head. FYI, there are easier ways to get these out if you want to save them. I'm not saving them, so this is my way tonight. Now, this has been my way on all of them because I'm not saving any of them. That's it. Alright. Let me find where that one just went. Tools back in, throw those away, and we'll get back at it. Alright, let's finish her up. And that's it. See how quick that was? That didn't take any time, really, to strip that thing down. Now, don't mistake those for flat wheel sanders. You don't want to use a flat wheel sander on there because you'll start to actually cut the metal and you'll reshape it. Don't do that. Make sure you use one of those if you're going to strip this. Alright, I'm going to switch to a wire wheel. We're going to hit those grooves. I might bring the grill out and just do the surface. That'll save me time in the sandblast cabinet. Alright, let's go ahead and switch this out. Now, when you start getting into those corners, it will start eating those up, as you see. Alright, let's go ahead and hit the groove. Now, this you gotta be careful because this will catch and sling out of your hands. Alright, so she is ready for some orbital sanding and some fine sanding in some of the grooves, but other than that, didn't take much time at all, and she's stripped. Let's go ahead and get that grill on here. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, like I said, that right there saves me a ton of time in the sandblast cabinet. She's stripped. Now, when I go in with sandblaster, I can go in here real easy. And I can work on this backside. Alright, that's going to be it for tonight. You know what? We'll pick this back up tomorrow, which will be instantaneous for you guys. But I'll be back out here tomorrow. So, stay tuned.